Herbivore. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Thanks for joining me. Who's in the house? Vegemite Codbod, you are first. You win the internet for today. Mike Millelish. Don't know how to pronounce that. Let's go. Let's go indeed. How are you doing, Mike? Where in the world are you? And how's it going? How's the vegan scene there? Go, I remember you. How are you doing? Hello and good morning to you also. White bread, good morning all. Enjoyed the video of grocery with your boy. Didn't know about coconut oil. Yeah, it's horrible. I would not touch that with a barge pole. I would not feed that to my worst enemy, Sverige. Well, I probably would. No, I wouldn't. Yeah, if you go on to nutritionfacts.org, if you go on their YouTube channel, they have a whole playlist of videos and with citations talking about how bad coconut oil is for heart health. Keyboard Warrior is in the house. Vegan Noah, what's up? How are you? I'm very good, Vegan Noah. How are you? How is everyone today? What are we all up to? What are we up to today? Lovely Sergeant Angerad is here. Good morning, everyone, from my mam Fudge and I. Good morning to you guys. Hope you're well. Lovely use of emojis. And Blake Anthony, good early morning. 1 a.m. What are you doing up at 1 a.m.? You naughty boy. Nice to hang out while working and can't sleep. Hang on. You're working. You can't sleep because you're working? Is that what you're saying? You can't go to bed because you're busy? What are you doing? What are you doing on? I'm very good and thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm really well. Things are going good. Business is good. Videos are performing well. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. Do I need a bit more of a light on? I need a bit more of a light on. Yeah. Yes, better, isn't it? Vegan I'm doing marching band every day for 3 hours at my new high school. That sounds like hard work. 3 hours. Marching band. What instrument do you play? Blake Anthony, working because can't sleep. I see. Wow. Vegan Noah, it's 12:17 a.m. for me in San Diego. Good old San Diego. Is Brian Turner still in San Diego, or has he moved now? I forget. I could never keep up with that lad. He's busy. Angerad, we are well. Thank you. Unfortunately, we got wet on our walk yesterday. Yuck. Yeah, we thought we were going to get soaked, but we managed to do our walk in between downpours. Not much of a summer, really, is it? Come on, Britain. What are you doing? Come on, weather. Vegan Thrasher. Hey, Hench. I've been 365 pounds today. Not sure that is in kilos. It's about 150. It's about the most. It's about what I did. About 180 or so. I did that for one rep, but bodybuilding style, not powerlifting style. Felt like my tendons were all going to snap off, and I never did it again. I've only ever done 2 singles in my life, 160 and 180. I've been vegan for 13 years and love proving the hate is wrong. Who think you can't get strong as a vegan? Yeah, good for you, my friend. That's what the world needs. More strong vegans to show the rest of the people the way. Vegan night. It's very hard. I imagine that's very hard. And you play the bass clarinet. Just like marching around and like having to really. I mean, it must be like breath work. Like that sounds incredibly hard. I guess you kind of get conditioned to things, don't you? But I think that would kill me if I tried to do that. Angharad, we're just praying for nice weather for the vegan camp out. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? One of them we went to, I don't know if it was the last one or the one before last, but yeah, about half of the time it was really sunny, and half the time it was like torrential downpours, which sent people like scrambling. It was alright, but yeah, you really want to be able to enjoy the whole weekend. A Brit in Bangkok, no question here, just a reminder, you're a legend. Well, aren't you nice? I love you. You can hang out here as much as you want. Vegan Thrasher, shooting 405 bench by the end of the year, fingers crossed. I can only eat so much food to build. Feels like I'm commercial. That's the hard thing. That's the hard thing. I think if you ate like junkier foods, like if you just drank protein powder and ate like refined sugar and just chugged like oil, you know, you wouldn't have to feel at all full. But you know, I don't want to be the biggest, strongest corpse in the cemetery. I want to actually be alive and big and ripped and all of the things. 22 days, is that all? 22 days to camp out.
Nice.
I'm being filmed, I think, for Gemma's Instagram. It's quite off-putting, you know. It's not really. Well, we've only got 15 people in so far. We're a bit thin on the ground. What's going on? What's going on? Just getting my matcha down me. My invisible drink. That was bitter and disgusting. Angharad, how do you have your matcha? Do you have some kind of a sweetener in there? Because I know you say that you like it. Oh. Yeah, there you go. Oh, just tasting bitter leaves. Emmanuel's in the hizzy. Good morning to you. How are you? How's things? What are you up to? Now she's taking photos of me.
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Is it time for a freshen up with the chimp? Should I have some kind of new thing on there? I like him though. I like him. He's so, I don't know, he looks like a cheeky chap. Mike, what is your current weight? I think I'm 16.5 stone. I don't know what that is in sensible weights. Hang on. Actually, no, I've put on a bit more lately. I think I'm near a 17 stone. Yeah, I think I'm just shy of 17 stone now. So 17 times 14 pounds. 238 pounds. 2.2. 238 pounds or 108 kilos. I didn't really want to get that heavy again. Oh, I prefer to be around 105 these days. So maybe we'll do a little mini cut or something. John Galt in the hizzy. Good to see you, my friend. Have you checked your A1C any time recently? Nah, I don't really check anything. I just don't feel the need because I feel like my nutrition, my lifestyle is so on point. I mean, I have done bloods in the past, but yeah, I don't really see the point in all honesty. Yeah, maybe it is a good idea, but it's just not something that ever crosses my mind. Vegan Thrasher. Hench, what's your favourite cheat meal? None of them. My favourite thing is to feel awesome from eating healthy whole plant foods. And I enjoy like the real food for how it tastes. If I was to eat like a donut or something, I'd feel naff. And then I wouldn't want to eat some kale. At the minute, I'm actually enjoying kale. So yeah, I'd rather not do that to myself, in all honesty. Scott Johnson, Sergeant Johnson, good to see you. Good morning, Herbivore Army. Squad! How you doing, my friend? What have you been up to? What are you doing today? What is everyone doing today? I'm interested, and I can't say I'm not. Jolly Rancher, you are a type of sweets or candy, as you say in America. How do I bulk with a vegan diet? I mean, you could just have protein powder, refined sugar, and oil, and that would be the easiest way, because you could get in such a caloric surplus for no space in your stomach. But of course, that wouldn't be healthful. So I like to. Not only do I want to be big and lean and strong and all those things, but I want to live as long as I can and as healthily, as functional, as happy. So I choose to eat predominantly whole plant foods, which does make it a bit trickier on the bulk. So the thing to do is rely more on the more calorically dense foods. So legumes, whole grains, tropical and dried fruits, nuts, seeds, whole nut and seed butters, avocado. Smoothies are a good strategy for getting more calories in. It's easier to drink your calories than to eat them. So that's the main thing, really. And then I think a couple of servings of a more processed protein food can be helpful for some larger strength or physique athletes. So protein powders, seitan, tofu, TVP, something like that. Of course, it's not optimal for health, but I don't see it as so bad in the context of an otherwise whole foods plant-based diet. Get your supplements. Of course, you need B12 for energy metabolism. You need vitamin D to lower your sex hormone binding globulin to give you more free testosterone. So that all helps. So I hope that answered the question. We've had a super chat. Mike, you lovely soul, $24.99 on this. That is a really generous. Let's go, or let's go, as it looks like. I'm thinking it's probably go though. Oh, you're so kind, Mike. Bless your heart. That's really generous, and that really helps. I always say it, but if it's not for people, like Mike, I wouldn't be able to do this for a living. So, I'd be in a gym right now just shouting numbers at people as they lift weights up and down. It's weird if you think about it. But no, I can reach, thousands on here on video. I think we've had 6 million video views just on YouTube. Imagine if just 1% of those people went vegan off the back of it. That's 6,000 new vegans. Is it? Or is it 60,000? My maths is atrocious. What is it, 1,000 thousands? Anyway, whatever. Thank you so much, Mike. That's really kind, is what I'm really trying to say. Oh, God.
Oh.
That's because you don't eat no meat.
That's what you say about everything.
Hangout, no sweetener. Gem.
Yeah.
How do you feel about matcha as a beverage with no sweetener or anything? Just neat leaves.
It's all right. I don't love it.
Well, Angharad does. She's very clever. I wish I could say the same thing. Oh, I find it so bitter. Maybe because I have it quite... I don't have it in a lot of water. I think if you have it heated up as well, I think that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm having it in probably a little water, and perhaps you're having it properly in a decent amount of water. So it's and I don't have it hot either. So I think it's probably a lot more bitter than it should be to me. Note to self: make it properly like Angharad is doing. Lolly's in the house. Morning, lovely people. Morning, you lovely. Alex Grant. Djokovic is simply dominating tennis now. Is he now, along with two others, joint kind of most decorated tennis player in terms of championship wins? Is that what I understand? Is that right? And if so, I hope he wins another one and he'll be the best tennis player of all time. Tells you something, doesn't it? Eat plants is down with the no cheating. Good on ya. Jack the Gamer, good to see you. And not to say that I never eat something a bit junkier. If I'm out and about and there's simply nothing else available, I won't go hungry. I certainly wouldn't eat things with coconut oil in and stuff like that. But I don't go out of my way to have a cheat meal, and I don't really don't really enjoy it because I know I'm not going to feel as good. I know it's not as nutritious. And, you know, what if that meal was so low in antioxidants and some kind of cancer that normally you would have like squashed with your amazing immune system? What if you didn't have quite enough antioxidants to fight it off that day and it takes hold? You don't know, do you? You don't know. I'm just very keen to eat as nutritionally dense as reasonably possible. Scott, started a new job recently, which has thrown me off my routine a bit. Yeah, that happens, doesn't it? Trying to get back consistently in the gym, but it's taking a couple of weeks. Hope everyone is doing really well. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, when we have a new bit of upheaval in life, it sometimes takes a while to figure out the best way to do all the things, doesn't it? So no, I drink the greens, easier to get them in than eating, often less tasty, if not spiced up. Spice up your life. Jessica Flores, that is a nice name. Me and my boyfriend are doing the pescatarian diet for the B12 and DHA that was lacking. I feel much better and causing way less cruelty while not being deficient. Well, you know, you can get DHA from a supplement, you know, and it's algae oil, which is where the fish get the DHA. And then B12, like 2/5 of Americans are B12 deficient. It's not actually in flesh. It's actually a bacteria. And we grow bacteria now. You can buy a supplement. It's the same stuff, but you wouldn't be getting like all the toxins that biomagnify up the food chain. And I love it. I love it that perhaps you're not eating as many animals, but don't forget fish too are animals. I mean, they don't scream, like they can't ask us to stop hurting them. But, you know, they do have emotions and you know, pain sensors. So, you know, I would urge you to maybe go a bit further with it. But, you know, good on you for reducing, because that is huge, because a lot of people never do. So that does make a huge difference. It cuts down on the amount of suffering in the world. So I do applaud you for that. So let's have a round of applause for Jessica. Let's have a round of applause for her. But I would encourage you to maybe think about keep going, because I know it's weird with fish because they're so different from us. They live in a different medium, like they breathe like water rather than air. Like I say, they don't scream. I used to see a fish get pulled out of the water and flap around on the deck like a mad thing, and I would laugh. I think that looks really funny. Now, with my you know, more expanded consciousness, I think, shit, that animal is fighting for its life, is thrashing around in agony, you know. I just wish we could cause no harm or really minimize harm to all others. You know, whether they've got scales or fur or skin like us, like, in our ability to suffer, I think, you know, all animals are pretty equal, you know. Mike, how can I get a meal plan? Where is that at? Do you mean from me? Because I actually stopped doing them quite some time ago now in order to concentrate on my YouTube career. I'll tell you who is good is...
Get a course instead.
Oh, get our course instead. Be your own nutritionist, Gemma says. So we've got a free downloadable e-guide, which covers all the basics of all what you'd need to know. Or we've got our new course, which has got like about 80 recipes. Is it, Gem?
Yeah.
75, 80. And there's a real deep dive. But yeah, if you want a bespoke plan, I mean, this will probably cost you several times more, I would think. But my friend Corinne Sutton on Instagram, at KorinSutton, Corinne Sutton. He's very good, and he's still working with people to get you your physique of your dreams and whatever. I had to stop doing that because it took me so much time and was taking me away from, you know, making videos, and, you know, that's where my heart is now. But yes, Corinne Sutton, I would suggest him. He, you know, again, he is a bodybuilder, but, you know, as far as bodybuilders go, he's very whole foods based. You know, most of the plan will be whole foods, so that's be a lot healthier. 60,000. Oh, I was right, was I? I was right. Or my second guess, anyway. White bread. Going on vacation in Mexico in October. Nice. Need to start a probiotic to prepare for the stomach bug. I don't know that that's a thing. I don't know that that's a thing. In order for your so probiotics, you're talking about bacteria. So if you're eating a healthy diet, you'll already have loads of those bacteria. You just need to feed them. They eat soluble fibre, they eat resistant starch, they eat polyphenols, aka they are whole foods vegans like me. So yeah, eat as much as you can of whole grains, legumes, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs and spices. Eat as little as you can of anything else. Don't have tap water with chloride in it. Don't, make sure you rinse your crockery and cutlery well so you've not got the antibacterial agents in the washing up liquid. Toothpaste, look for ones without SLS, which is again an antibacterial. You're going to swallow some of it. It's going to kill you good gut bugs. If you're drinking alcohol, if you're drinking alcohol and thinking, oh, that's right, I'll just take a probiotic, you're kidding yourself. Like, alcohol kills the good guys, feeds the bad guys. So it's really nutrition and lifestyle. Probiotics, not so much. It's really the prebiotics you want. If you've had a terrible bacterial infection, or if you've had to take antibiotics and they kill off your good gut bugs as well as the pathogenic ones, then yeah, I see a case then for a probiotic, but not at any other time. They're so expensive. They're relatively ineffectual, really. And you could be eating a horrible diet, drinking alcohol. So you could spend thousands on the best top quality, mega strength probiotics, and they die off within a few hours because they've got nothing to eat. And it's like a toxic environment. Vegan Thrasher. For bulking extra calories, I've added some avocado to my protein shakes. That'll do it. Adds a decent amount of calories and fats. Adding little calorie risks here and there, such as nut butters, are key. Indeed, that does make it a lot easier. Jessica, hey y'all. Oh, hang on. Vegan Noah. Besides health, did you go vegan from watching a certain video? No. Well. Yeah, so I went whole foods plant-based from doing research, from reading a lot. But I actually went vegan. I would say I became an ethical vegan after I watched a video on Gary Yourofsky's adapt.org website, ADAPPT, or is it PTT? Anyway, Gary Yourofsky's website, and it just showed a cow. She was outside and there was these really high narrow metal fences, like she was just being tunneled into the slaughterhouse towards the kill floor, and the guy was using a cattle prod and she was in terror. She was just thrashing around, desperately trying to turn. Like, you could see the horror in her eyes. She looked deathly afraid, and I just saw, wow, like, that animal knows that this is not going to end well, and she wants out, and there's nothing she can do, and it devastated me. And then she's in the kill floor. There's a metal shutter at the front, where lorries go in or whatever normally, and it's not quite to the floor, and you hear this like noise, you hear this scream, and her body just hits the floor, and like. It messed me up, man. It messed me up, and I thought, wow, I can't believe that used to be my fault. And so I think I then became like an ethical vegan, and it's the reason I'm here now, just trying to, I ate more animals than most. I ate more animals products than anyone I've ever met, on the daily. I was eating 500 grams of animal protein, I just didn't know better. I thought it was normal. I thought it was natural. I thought it was necessary. I thought it was humane. It's all bullshit. Yeah, and I was devastated. So yeah, I guess that's why I'm here now, doing this. Just trying to. I just feel if I create more vegan, as many vegans as I can create, if that stops them eating animals. Hopefully by the time I die, I've saved like many times the amount of animals that I was complicit in having like killed. And that would just feel very good to me. Jessica, how many tats do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got a dragon on my back there. Keyboard warrior. I'm dealing with low libido. Are blueberries and greens good for that? Depends what's causing it. If it's nutritional, then likely the causes would be so low libido. So that's actually like the desire, isn't it? So that's probably more hormonal than anything. So high amounts of animal products, lower testosterone. Having elevated estrogen lowers testosterone. So if people are eating a lot of dairy products, like that could potentially do it as well. But yeah, nutritionally, yeah, you want to be... Yeah, I see why you'd say like blueberries and greens, like antioxidants, greens, you know, they're vasodilators. So if the problem was more mechanical, if it was like maybe you've eaten a lot of animal products in the past, or you're eating coconut oil now, you know, and you're causing atherosclerosis, you know, if you get that in the penile artery, that would then stop the blood flow. However, greens, you know, would help to open up the blood vessels somewhat because they're vasodilators. But yeah, nutritionally, avoid animal products. Don't be in too much of a caloric deficit for too long because that messes up your hormones. Eat a very balanced, calorically dense, whole foods, plant-based diet. I think if people were to go super low fat, that could cause an issue as well because you need some plant fats with which to construct things like cholesterol, which are the substrate of your steroid hormones, like your sex hormones. So you wouldn't want to go like super low fat either. Like get some nuts, seeds, avocados in there. Yeah, so I hope that helps. But yeah, if it's actual libido, that will be hormonal. So you might want to work with an endocrinologist. But if it's more structural, if it's not that, you know, the desire's there, but things aren't working as they ought to, you know, that can be an atherosclerosis thing, which, you know, most men, you know, eating omnivorously or eating coconut oil, palm oil, palm kernel oil, cocoa butter, you know, it will affect us. It just does. There was a rule called 40 over 40. And it states that 40% of men over age 40 will suffer with erectile, what's it called? ED, dysfunction. They will suffer with erectile dysfunction. We used to think it was psychological. We now know, no, it's the penile arteries getting filled up with cholesterol. It's the same as the thing that happens in our heart, you know, in the coronary arteries, which causes heart attacks, you know. But it will happen in the penis first because those arteries are smaller. So you can think of that as your early warning system. And anyone who takes a little blue pill instead of dealing with the root cause, well, you know, enjoy your heart attack that's on its way. That's really daft. Vegan Mooncat, General Mooncat, how are you doing, brother? Mooncat, I've realised I've got a problem with Minecraft. I need to know what is my creep button on my controller. On the computer, apparently you hold down shift, but I don't know. I guess one of the controller buttons is got mapped to the shift key, but I don't know how to find out which it is. Can you tell me, please? Because I want to build like a nice tall house, but I need to like ponce around on top of it, and I don't want to fall off. So how do I suss that out, please? Super chat. Mike Mileklish very kindly donated $4.99 US. Thank you so much. Do you respond to Instagram DMs? No, I've got thousands in there. I've got thousands. I simply don't have time to look at DMs. If anyone's got anything like serious that's important, just email me, henchherbivore@yahoo.co.uk. I do check my emails. But yeah, I don't have time for I've actually started to not respond much to even, I used to respond to every YouTube comment, but it's just, obviously once you go to a point, I don't have a team. It's just me, well, Gemma as well, but You know, in terms of actual, social media stuff, really, it's all me. And I just don't have time. Like some things have to go by the by. But yeah, Hench Herbivore at yahoo.co.uk. If it's anything, important, then yeah. And thank you. You're very kind. Oh, so I've answered that one. Minka, I've just added avocado to my toast in my mouth this morning. I like that. Jessica, my boyfriend eats a lot more fish than me. I just eat it like once daily, to be honest. I just want to make sure I get... So yeah, but you can get all the nutrients. So fish get omega-3 DHA from algae. So you can get an algae oil supplement. And in that way, you're not getting all the contaminants that bioaccumulate up the food chain. Fish oil is actually really unhealthy because like the oceans are the sewers of mankind. Like all our crap, literal crap, but also industrial pollutants, heavy metals, PCBs, dioxins, pesticide residue, it all ends up in the ocean. Medications, everything, it all ends up in the ocean. And then you think, well, the ocean's a pretty big place, I don't really care. Well, the trouble is, toxins bio-magnify up the food chain. They don't just get slightly more concentrated, they get exponentially more concentrated the further up the food chain you go. So plants are the least contaminated foods. So they'll have a tiny bit of these contaminants, and probably there's so much goodness in seaweed. You can eat some seaweed and you're going to get amazing benefits. You wouldn't get a toxic level of pollutants. But, tiny little fish, they're eating seaweed for their whole lives. So all the toxins from all the seaweed they've eaten stores in their bodies. Where does it store? It stores in fat. It stores in the fish oil. So the tiny fish have got exponentially more toxins than the plants. Then slightly bigger fish eat these tiny fish for their whole life. So then you've got exponentially, it's like 10x each time you go up. So by the time you get to like a tuna or a cod, it's just massive amounts of these toxins. In the flesh, we have these microplastics now in the ocean. I hear that the average fish eater swallows around 11,000 pieces of microplastics a year. These are endocrine disrupting. They're xenoestrogens. So, they just cause negative hormone profile like shifts. And again, B12, I don't know how much really is in fish. I've never really looked, in all honesty. Let's have a little look. Let's say tuna, for instance. Let's say 100 grams of tuna. B12, 3 micrograms. You would never eat enough fish to get your B12, well, not tuna anyway. I don't know if it varies by fish, but there is not you need like 50 micrograms a day, and that's like not with meals. That's like a supplement taken away from meals, because food makes it harder for us to absorb. It's best done on an empty stomach. So I know this is saying 125%, but we only absorb like a fraction, like a minuscule, like 1% or something ridiculous. We actually need about 50 micrograms a day, or 2,500 as a weekly dose. Don't quote me. I'm sort of questioning myself now, but I don't think you can get adequate B12 from certainly not from tuna anyway. Say you were eating cod. Like I say, I've never looked at this, so I could be wrong potentially. I don't want to like tell you a load of misinformation. B12, 1.1 mics. How does it work? Is it that there's one? Yeah, no, this is... I don't know why this is saying 44%, because, yeah, we do need about 2... It's actually 2.6 now micrograms as a recommendation, but we only absorb a tiny fraction. So I don't really get what's going on there. I think it may be a bit confused. So I might be telling you wrong. You might be able to get B12 from fish. So don't listen to me. I've not looked in it before, and that just may be showing up weird on there for some reason. I don't know why it is showing up like that, if that is the case. But anyway, the B12, you can get a B12 supplement, which is the same thing. It's like a naturally grown... Basically, B12 is a byproduct of bacteria. So we basically farm the bacteria, they make the B12 byproduct, and we put it into capsules or drops or whatever. So, yeah, it's the same thing, but you'd be avoiding all those contaminants, and you would be avoiding the killing, you know. Angela, anyone who feels depressed or sad in any way, kayaking is the best meditation. I think I'd enjoy kayaking. Thanks, Jessica. You're very kind. Angela, how many hours though? Tats? 3 tats? I mean, I have 35. Wow. I think this was the longest one. It was like 4 hours. I got quite uncomfortable by the end. Aslan, morning, my good people. Hope you well. I hope you're well too. Scuzz, did you hear that Dr. Greger said about rocket having the most nitrates per gram? Is it good if I put half a cup in my smoothie, or can it be bad? No, it wouldn't be bad. It might not taste very nice. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I know rocket is meant to be super nutritionally dense. Yeah, very good. Angela, cilantro and chlorella to boost sex drive. Do you have any studies on that? I'd be interested to see. I've not heard these accusations before, so I'd be interested to look them up. Aslan, does eating a whole foods plant-based diet actually improve the smell of your breath? Not if you're eating garlic and onions. I've noticed it for myself, but one if there's more. It's my anecdotal experience. I don't know. I've not heard anything. It should improve. You know, like flatulence. Gas, because it would be lower in sulfur-containing amino acids. You know, that rotten egg gas. Sulfur dioxide. Is it sulfur dioxide? No, sulfur dioxide is the preservative. Hydrogen sulfide gas, or rotten egg gas. You shouldn't be getting that as a vegan. Mooncat, we just need to either press all the buttons. Yeah, I've tried, but they don't seem to blink and work. Or checking the Steam controller mapping to see what it's set to. If it's not assigned, we can do that. Give me a shout out. I will do. I'll give you a quick shout straight after the stream, probably, if that's all right. Probably in about 45 minutes, depending on how busy the stream remains. Emmanuel, are DHA supplements necessary? Not for most people. Yeah, it is a good little fail-safe. But yeah, if you've got adequate ALA, which is 2.2 for grams a day for a female, 3.2 for a male, and your omega-6 is not more than about 4x the amount of omega-3, you shouldn't need it. Some people do. You may have like a genetic defect or something where you don't elongate for yourself. So For those people, you would need a direct source of DHA. So I just had it in as a fail-safe. I mean, it's cheap enough. There may be benefit to a direct DHA as well, apparently, particularly for young people, the elderly, during pregnancy, things like that. Dan, with his Portuguese squad. I love that. I'm glad you remembered that. Eliza's here. Please subscribe to lovely Eliza. She's blinking great. Shaggy, good to see you. You love a bit of that, don't you, Jim?
Yeah, never really say that.
Mike, serious thought, what's the plug for turmeric? What's the plug? I don't know what you mean. I've heard that turmeric sups have a lot of heavy metals. I think it's just the powder in general potentially can have like lead. Is there a recommendation for a good brand? Not as far as I know. I think the general consensus is ideally like stick to like the root, you know, perhaps juice it or just use the root, you know, like shredded up in your food. Jared, how much chia flax per day would you recommend for the average male? About a tablespoon of each as a minimum, and then up to like 4 total tablespoons. I'd go 1 flax, 3 chia, just to make sure. And so even the worst, yeah, because normally you should be okay, but some people are really poor metabolizers. I think it's probably if the rest of their diet is atrocious, truth be told. So the better your diet is, the less you probably need. But I like to put in minimum 4 combined tablespoons. I just do the 1 flax because that does have some small degree of cyanide, which again the dose makes the poison, but you don't want to go too heavy on that. So I just do a tablespoon. That's well below the safe tolerable upper daily limit. And then personally at the minute, you know, for the amount of calories I need, I have 4 tablespoons of ground chia as well. Morning, Thomas Doherty. How are you doing? It's a bit slower today, so I think I'll probably only go till, I'll just do an hour total. So we'll go till 9:15, and then I can speak to my lovely friend, the Moon Cat, if he's still about, and try and get my, I'm going to have a little half day today. I'm determined to have a little half day where I just have a nice little go on Minecraft, which I'm just enjoying. It's almost like, not quite a meditation for me, but it's just a way for me to not be constantly like worrying about work stuff like 24/7. Shaggy. Hench Herbivore, usual, I'm here for my sip of green tea whenever you mention Bellend. Bellend! Angela, I'm going to infuse CBD powder with hemp oil. I didn't even know there was such an animal as CBD powder. I'm going to have to look that up. Why didn't I know everything? CBD isolate. Oh, it's like a sort of crystal. Right, that's very interesting. Ooh. Well, you've learnt me up. Thomas, what are your thoughts on leather brought from pre-vegan times? I think that it is the skin of a deceased animal. I have a leather wallet, but I think the environmentally responsible thing is to use it for as long as possible. Yeah, I mean, if you get a new wallet, that's going to be costly on the Earth's resources. It just depends on your own personality, really. I had some leather boots, and I didn't have a load of spare money. I kind of thought, yeah, if I get new boots, I can't really afford to at the minute. and B, it's going to cause more harm to the planet. And these leather boots already exist. They were so well made. I think they were actually army boots. And so, yeah, I wore them till they wore out. In the end, like, they did start to sort of disintegrate. And I was really pleased. Like, I didn't really want to be wearing dead animals on my feet. So, yeah. I mean, the other thing we can do, you know, if the fact that it is a bit of a dead animal, if that... The longer you're vegan, I think the more these kind of things, like, play on your mind and, like, may become an issue. But, yeah, just give them to someone who otherwise would buy... You know, would buy a leather wallet or whatever it happens to be. And then, like, you know, we're reducing the amount of suffering in that way, aren't we? So I just think that's a good idea. Eliza says, Balland. Angela is a medical marijuana user and grower. Have a license to go to Canada. Wow, very interesting. Angharad talking to Mincat. Wow, that's amazing. You could send the bell peppers you would give to Jerry to fudge. He absolutely loves them. Bell peppers reminds me of the word bellend. Just helping our friend get through his cup of tea. Eliza. I donated all my leather to charity shops. I didn't feel right wearing it anymore. Yeah, it will get you like that sooner or later for most vegans, I think. Angela, like and subscribe for more fun. Oh, thank you. I thought you were bigging up your own channel for a minute. Sergeant Angharand with the double bell end. So you got to have 2 sips now. Oh, that's how you have the CBD powder. Very cool. Very cool. Cheers for the green tea help. You're welcome, Shaggy. Mr. Lover. Mr. Lover. Hey, girl. Was that a good impression or not?
That's great.
She call me Mr. Bombastic. Why have I closed the chronometer? Anyway, what have you guys got to tell me? You're being a bit quiet today. I can't carry the show on my own. What are you up to? What have you got to look forwards to? Who's going to the camp out other than Anchorad? I know she's going. She don't bloody stop going on about it. Mind you, nor do I. Oh, and Eliza's going as well, isn't she? And me and Kat can't wait. Can't wait. It's fast coming up. Oh, we should probably do one more post, should we, Gem?
They stopped selling the tickets on Saturday, I think. So
They have stopped?
they're going to stop
Right.
on Saturday or tomorrow. Or...
Right, so we better do one last little...
Yeah, I didn't want last. Still 100 tickets left. I didn't want last shout yesterday on the story, so you should probably do a
Right.
story. Yeah.
Camp out post.
Last chance.
And then we can get our little free tickets. Right. Shut up, cowboy. You're always trying to steal the show.
Cowboy. Hi.
Very fantastic. Big and Cat, that close mic action was funny. Thank you. Angela loves my monkey. Eliza, I'm having some breakfasts. What are you having for your breakfasts? Angela made an outdoor bath to meditate in. That sounds very cool. Shaggy! Hench, how do you curry without oil? Or Indian recipes require the roasting of spices in some sort of fat. I just don't do that bit. I just make them into a kind of paste. Angela, so peaceful. Have it hooked to the house for hot water. That sounds really nice. I would like something like that, but I would like to be able to have it like ice cold as well for some cold therapy. I find that really good for mental well-being. Windwalker, live again. Thank you for your time. You're very welcome, and thanks for joining again. Thomas, today I'm going back to normal after my second vaccine on Tuesday. I got hit hard, but back at the gym. Did you really? Bless you. So the first one didn't really bother you, but the second one hit you quite hard? Angela, how are all your gardens growing? Mine was growing far too well. We only have grass and we don't bother keeping up with it. So it was like a jungle. But happily, our gardener turned up today. But then I think, where's all the poor insects going to go? They sort of, yeah, they want it nice and long. So I have mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings about it. Eliza's having beans on toast. I had beans on toast this morning. I chopped up a bit of red onion in there as well. Raw red onion. And some jalapenos. I chopped a few jalapenos small. Oh yeah, we need to get some jalapenos, Gem. Okay. And mustard. Yeah. Jack the Gamer, have you ever tried Malakia? Tried it. I can't even say it. It's an Arabic dish. Green leaves made into a soup. No, but if it's not got any oil in there, I'm all in. I'm all into my green leaves. Eliza, I don't have as much food, as much choice in food where I am at the moment. It's easy to eat too much junk food. If your life depended on it, though, could you just eat things like fruits and vegetables and legumes? Say like canned beans out of a tin, or... I think oftentimes most people can do it when they say that it's, you know, particularly hard. I might be wrong in your case. I don't know. I don't know your exact circumstances. But I bet by and large when people say it's really hard for them to get healthy foods, I bet there is ways for most people, if they're honest, if they really wanted to. Not saying that's you. Maybe your circumstances are different. Shaggy. Hench, do you watch LEG? I did years ago. There's a scene where he found out eggs come from a chicken's exit hole and he said he wouldn't eat them anymore. Yeah, that sounds about right. Thomas, yeah, first one was fine. Second, I got all the side effects. It means it's working, I guess. That's weird, isn't it? Like nothing from the first one, but then it like gets you. I don't understand it. But yeah, all good if it's helping out. Hopefully, it'll mean, you know, an end to all this bloody suffering and lockdowns and old people dying. And I'd had the same breakfast. Nice. Angela's growing everything. Wow. Well, Gel, even have a tea garden. Well, I would like very much to see your fantastic garden. I bet I'd be very jealous. I would love to grow. I'd love to grow all the things. Just don't have time, you know. Not with, you know, what I'm trying to do in the world. Sadly. Maybe, maybe when I retire. I can't imagine retiring though. Really. Shaggy. Hench, have you heard red chilies have a ridiculous amount of vitamin C? Is this? Oh, you heard. Yeah, bell peppers have a lot of vitamin C. Oranges have stuff all vitamin C. I don't know why people go on about oranges. They're actually quite low, relatively speaking. It's a bit like the whole bananas and potassium thing. So, let me know if the music suddenly gets loads louder. It shouldn't do, but someone said the other day that it went a bit wrong when I went on this screen. Oh no, let's go over here. So, get that dead body off the screen. So oranges. So raw oranges. So one medium orange. 67 milligrams, or 69.7 milligrams of vitamin C. So, you know, quite a big percentage of your RDA, but not like an amazing amount. So let's look at red bell peppers, raw red bell peppers, one medium one. More than double. So pretty darn good. Yes, I do rate peppers. I think most peppers should be pretty good. Let's have a look at, say, yellow bell, or capsicum as they've called it here. Vitamin C, even more. So yellow peppers have more than red, 218 milligrams. So that's pretty blinking good. And so peppers, you know, they're all basically they are like really mild. They're the same family as chili peppers technically. So if we look at green chili peppers, if we look at 100 grams, which is probably about the same weight. Oh, that's not got any. When you're on chronometer, you want to look to see how many nutrients are listed for each ingredient. So if I put, sometimes people spell chili differently, don't they, as well? Hot chili peppers. So if I click here, you see this says 77 listed nutrients. That's about the most you'll get. So this is a good listing. So if I click that, and then we can see vitamin C, 143. So about a bit more than double that you'd get from an orange. So yeah, any kind of pepper seems to be pretty bloody good for vitamin C. So that's good to know. You're growing kamut, the ancient grain. I've heard of that. I've never tried it. I've tried a few of the ancient grains. They tend to be quite lovely. You're retired, 45 years. That's a young age to retire. If that's the case, you lucky thing. Blake, nice to hang out, Paul. Going to try and get some shut-eye and have a great day. Sweet dreams, my friend. I hope that you sleep well, and thanks for hanging out. Good to see you. Sugar. I'm going to eat more bell peppers just because it sounds similar to bell chimes? Bell end. That's good advice, Angela. Boom. Angela is on Instagram there. If you feel the need to check her out, I would love to. Just don't have the blinking time to consume social media. I'm mostly just posting my own blinking stuff. I bet you have a wonderful array of food-based photos, though. I would like to. Do you know? I'm going to have a quick look. Going to have a quick look now. Why not? It's my show. I can do what I want. Come on. Why isn't this working? I'd have a look if my phone was working properly. It's just gone stupid. Hello? Right, here we go. Wrong button. It finally works. I'll press the wrong button. Is it Angela Baby Carson the same? I'm going to guess it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think I've seen you on Instagram already, haven't I? You look familiar now. Aye, there you are. Oh, you look very happy. Some animals and some flowers and some lovely produce. You're living it up. You're living it up. And may I say you're a very young looking 45 if you are indeed 40. Oh, there's your outdoor bath. Very good. I love it. Oh, I absolutely love it. You look like you're living the life of Riley, bless you. And I don't blame you. All this pepper talk is making me hungry. Time for breakfast. Have a wonderful day. You too, Thomas. Thanks for hanging out. Angela, I never take anything for granted. We all need to do it's manifest so we can have the life we want. Indeed. I've been really getting into the Joe Dispenza stuff. He's a great believer in all the positive thinking and, you know, meditating on what you're trying to manifest. And also he has that added aspect of, he tells you to feel how you will feel when it comes true. And he says when your heart matches your mind, you know, and your thoughts match your feelings, like that's when he says the magic happens. So I don't know, I've been doing it and I feel like I've got my main advances have been in terms of my confidence. I didn't used to like solo live streaming. Whether the meditation has got it to the stage where I can thrive, or I've just become desensitized to like the fear of it by doing it, and suddenly I love it. It seemed like such a quick change though. It feels like there's more to it than just, I thought it was going to take forever because I had kind of childhood trauma around broadcast, and that got triggered, and I had a proper panic attack like not all that long ago. I actually had it like where your heart goes nuts and you kind of lose control. It was all I could do to get back on the stream. But that seems like a distant memory now. It don't seem like it could happen now. And I'm not sure whether it's the Joe Dispenza, like manifestation, positive thinking, but also imagining how you feel when you're feeling supremely confident and you really, first of all, I imagine that I would feel at peace. So instead of feeling like fear and that I don't want to be there, actually feeling at peace and feeling comfortable. And then I thought, from there, I'd actually feel excited because I've overcome the fear. It's like things like this become like a adrenaline. What do you call it? Adrenaline sport? Is that the phrase?
Yeah, I think so.
Like an adrenaline sport. And the thing you used to fear, you actually enjoy. And I thought there'd be too much of a jump to imagine thriving and enjoying it. But I thought, well, I can come from this feeling of fear and anxiety and just go up the emotional scale to like feeling peaceful and calm and comfortable. But very soon, I actually love doing these now. You can see I'm smiling. I'm having a lovely time. Not so long ago, I would not enjoy it. I'd be uncomfortable. So yeah, that's really weird. So was it the meditation? Is it the Joe Dispenza stuff? Is it the manifestation stuff? Is it the fact that I've just been doing it and I've got comfortable? I think it's a bit of both, truth be told. But of course, it's compounding variables now, or confounding variables, sorry. So I can't actually know. So that's really annoying. But anyway, I love all that stuff. It certainly can't hurt, can it? It can't hurt to have some self-belief and to imagine things going well. A Brit in Bangkok. Yeah, I've noticed chronometer often lists 7 nutrients or so. A lot of people may get worried for nothing if they don't. This is it. That's why I brought it up. Angela, yes, exactly. We are powerful creators. I believe you're right. White bread. You said heavy metal, referring to fish. Are you an Iron Maiden fan? No, but I do have this Death in My Metal, Not in My Meals vest from Anti-Carnist. Do check her out on the Instagrams. Oh, thanks, Angela. You are very lovely. I think that me and you would get on very, very well. And Gemma as well. I think Gemma would like you a lot. Angry vegan. If you were shopping and an old lady asked you to reach a non-vegan item from the top shelf, what would you say? I'd get the item, drop it on her head, knock her out. Nah. I would say I will get you any non-animal product you want. I'll do your shopping for you, but I can't in good consciousness pass you a part of a dead body because I've become vegan, and like how you would feel if I asked you to pass me like a dead kitten, like that you want to eat. Like I'll have that same feeling, and I don't want to be part of it. It's like I would be. It feels to me like I'd be saying I was okay with it, and that just goes against my ethics, and I couldn't live with myself. And I'm really, really sorry. Have you considered veganism? And I'm a vegan nutritionist. Have my course for free. Have my cookbooks for free. And I would love to help you to work towards veganism if you too would like to not have animals suffer unnecessarily. I know that you think we need to eat animals because that's what we were told years ago. But, you know, I'm a nutritionist and I found out that any essential nutrients either we can get from plants or we get the precursors from plants. And like the animals, we are two animals. We make them from plant precursors. I'm very conscious. I probably wouldn't say all that in one go. I'm imagining there'll be a bit of a back and forth dialogue. But yeah, I don't feel like I would want to do that. Windwalker, my questions disappear every time I ask them. I've not seen any. Sometimes if you put in links, if you swear, there's certain conditions where YouTube will block them, but myself and the moderators will be able to see them. I can't see any that I can't see any on here. I've just looked through the whole feed and there's nothing. So it seems like they're not actually getting through. So I've got no idea what's going on there, I'm afraid. Angela. Oh, animals. Oh, snacking. Oh, no. I think you meant to say smacking, did you? Animal smacking people means setting people straight about not eating animals. Yeah, animals smacking them. Shaggy. I really buy my groceries, but can't wait until I'm the old person in the grocery store and needs help. Windwalker, testo level up in the morning. What should I eat? I'm not quite sure. What are you asking? Like, is there a way to? Yeah, I've blocked certain words because I would get fed up with all the steroid accusations. It might be testosterone. Maybe I shouldn't block testosterone because that's like something sensible that people need to talk about. Even if I did do that, I'm not sure that I did. Anyway, are you saying you want to elevate your testosterone level? Is that the question? JB, I'll pass the item off the shelf and wouldn't say a word unless I need a person. I worked in the food bank, ordering pass including meat. Yeah, it's a bit of a funny one. I mean, I suppose someone else is going to pass it. So do you need to make them feel uncomfortable? I feel like I would need to say something though. Like, if not, it feels to me like I'm letting the animals down, and it's like I'm saying that I'm okay with it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Until it comes to it, I don't really know how I'll react, do I? Stacey Langley, morning to you. JB, it bothered me, but what can I do? Yeah, you sometimes you have to like pick your battles, don't you? Smacking, yeah, I thought that's what you meant. That vegan teacher in the hizzy, thanks for joining. Thank you for being vegan. It happens to save the lives of so many animals. And thank you for being so polite and kind and lovely. And for what you do. Windwalker, how to at least keep it up. I've heard that waiting after 7 hours, highest level. Testosterone naturally waxes and wanes throughout the day. It's what it's meant to do. You don't want it constantly elevated. It would cause you be in kind of fight or flight mode kind of thing. Which system is that? Wim Hof goes on about it all the time. It's escaped me, but no. There's nothing you can, nutritionally and whatever, like there's not much you can do to affect your testosterone unless you eat a horrific diet and you've like wrecked it. But if you're eating healthily, that's the best you can do. Working out is great. Work out really hard. But you won't really alter it that much. Not to really get a clinical difference, you would have to start injecting, you know, exogenous testosterone. And I really wouldn't recommend that. That's not going to be the best for your health. Angela, thank you. Also have a YouTube channel. Oh, nice. What do you talk about on there? Very good. And how did you manage? Are you honestly retired at that early age? And how did you manage that? Sounds like you've got a really nice life sorted out. I think that I would. I think I would enjoy that kind of life. You're welcome, the Wind Walker. Oh no, the Wind Waker. The Wind Waker. Sorry, I got it wrong. I said it wrong. Guys, I'll go for 5 more minutes. It's a bit quiet today, so we'll just go for 5 more minutes. Get in your comments or questions, or forever hold thy peace. Refreshing. Waker. Right. I'll get it right one of these days. I think I've been calling you Windwalker for the whole of the time you've been on it. Terrible. It's because I didn't eat no meat. Thanos is here. Young Thanos. He's a lovely guy. Respect to you. How are you doing, my little friend? Hope you're well. What are you doing in the school holidays? What are you up to? Angela, same stuff. I rescue animals. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Wind Waker, no problem. What sort of animals have you rescued? No problem. I'll gather some more questions for the next time. Thank you, my friend. Angela, I own 3 rental houses. Very astute. Very clever. Yep, I should have done something better with money. I just squandered it all on silly things. I was a very silly boy. Eliza, I've been feeling a bit stressed about the climate crisis recently. Do you have any tips to help? Number one, I would say don't think about it, which sounds like really facetious and stupid. But yeah, if we concentrate on things too much, I think it does start to affect. Rather than focusing on the problem, you know, focus on the solution. Do all you can to put out positive, you know, a positive message and to hopefully inspire people to find veganism. I could be a gibbering wreck if I wanted to. The thing that would get me would be to focus on what animals are doing. To remember that every second of every day, thousands of animals are getting a knife in the neck. They're all queued up waiting for their turn. I feel like crying now, just starting to bring it up. And that could really mess me up. So, yeah, instead of that, I'll come online, I'll make videos, I'll do live streams. I'll just try to inspire people to go vegan, you know. And yeah, I think I've seen too many sad posts about it on Facebook. I just unfollow people who post like animal, you know, for me it's the animal cruelty. I just unfollow people. I just don't look at it. I just don't look at it. So sounds really basic and like probably almost silly. But yeah, keep seeing stuff that's upsetting us. Like it's hurting us. It's hurting our health. If we're feeling unhappy, we're going to have certain stress hormones that are lowering our immune system. We probably won't live as long. Like, and to not look at it, it's not like you're. So some activists say that they need to look at the animals because if not, it's like they're ignoring them. But while you're looking at these animals being abused, you could have used that time and energy to do something about it. Like, what's more important? Like, yeah. So, yeah, I say just maybe stop looking at it. It sounds. I don't know if it sounds facetious or a bit simplistic. And of course it's still going on, and we know it's still going on. But yeah, just the daily reminders, or depending on how often you scroll, like the hourly or I don't know, even minute by minute reminders for some people, I suppose. Rather than consuming social media, I make social media and share it. That's my little strategy. I'm sorry to hear you're feeling that way, and I guess totally understandable. Angela has rescued guinea pigs, rats, mice, and parrots. Lots of videos of all the animals on my channel are. And is it the same as is this your channel now that where you're posting from these comments? Anchorad, we might just play a little bit of Minecraft today. I don't blame you. I think I'm going to try and... it's not very vegan. It's not very vegan, but I want to get some sheep so I can get a load of wool. Oh, I don't even want to talk about this. It's not vegan, is it? Even though they're digital. Let's not talk about it. Basically, I want to make a really snazzy house, and I saw that you can make some walls with like white wool, and it just looks like a nice building material. Of course, you are exploiting digital pixelated sheep. Angela, you and Freely the Banana Girl changed me to want to be vegan. Wow. Wow, thank you for saying that. That's made my day, Angela. Lovely. Right, I think it's a bit quiet today, so I'm going to shoot off early. I'll be back on tonight, probably 6 p.m. So look out for me then if you want to come and hang. Thanks, moderators, for keeping us troll-free. Thanks for the super chats, keeping the beans on my toast, the wolves from the door, and the cameras rolling. You've probably all heard this, but in case there's someone in here who hasn't, download my free e-guide if you want a complete overview of the basics, like how to eat plant-based successfully. And if you want a complete deep dive and you want to know all the stuff, all my knowledge, all Gemma's experience of nutrition, and put into practice with recipes and things, what sort of implement utensils you need, gadgets, all the stuff. Check out on the online nutrition guide, the ultimate guide to plant-based nutrition. So links below for both of those. Thanks for hanging out. Hope to see you tonight, and yeah, have a lovely day. I really appreciate you joining me this morning. See you later, guys. Have a good day.